In honor of Mother's Day?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.
I eat everything. I eat the pussy, I eat the butt, I eat every motherfucking thing, motherfucker.
I'm still alive, motherfucker!
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
Welcome to episode 37 at Dysfunctional Nerdcast. I'm Aaron. That's right. The man, the myth, the legend has returned, baby.
I'm Josh, and I was really getting used to you not being here.
I just showed up.
At least it's going to sound better. Don't have to listen to your
Let's hope
iPhone
so.
bullshit. But welcome back to the
Thank
studio,
you. Good
man.
to be back.
It is good to have you. So, we gave you 2 marathon episodes, I think, last time, right?
That's right. We're going to get to the point this time. Be quick, punctual. If I could talk, punctual.
Yeah, close enough. we got the gist of what you're saying. We'll try, but who knows what's going to happen.
All right. So last weekend, I went to the Philadelphia non-sports card show. Start off with that.
That really wasn't in Philadelphia.
No, it's in Allentown. I have no idea why they call it Philadelphia. I think it actually originated there, and then they just kept the name. They didn't want to change it.
So just keep it so people know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So how was it?
it's interesting. I feel like I'm the most diehard collector of all time because I go to like every type of convention at this
I was
point.
going to say, do you think you're a diehard collector of every single thing?
Yes.
So even though you don't really have as big a collection of cards as someone else, you are a diehard card collector.
I wouldn't say diehard card collector, just collector in general. Who goes
Okay.
to a card show, a comic show, a fucking horror convention like all in a matter of a week, basically?
So you're just a fan of collecting, really.
I am. And then I do the fucking Hallmark shit. I did Hot Wheels Day. It just never ends. But the average person at this thing is like 60 years old.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's just like your grandpa just rummaging through shit.
But it's non-sports, right?
It is, yeah. There was no sports.
What are 60-year-old people doing with, like, they brought movie cards?
It was mostly like the wacky packs and garbage pail kids. But I was like, they didn't even grow up on that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's who's collecting it.
Wow.
I don't know if they bought it for their... It's
Bizarre.
like they bought it for their kids and then kept buying it. I have no idea.
Got me, man.
I was the youngest person there by far. So what I had to laugh at though, you get up to the door, it's $7 to get in, and they're like, "Well, do you want a weekend pass or just a day pass?" I'm like, "Just the day pass, man." There's literally 20 vendors there. I was in and out in half an hour. What the fuck do you need a weekend pass for?
Well, you just said, because they're 60-year-old dudes that are, instead of staying home with their wives, they're going to get a cup of coffee and bullshit about cards all day. That's
what
why
it
they
looked
want the
like.
weekend pass.
It did look like a lot of that, just hanging out, bullshitting. Like,
Yeah.
But I don't know who could be there for more than even 3 hours, let alone 2 days.
How long were you there?
30 minutes.
30
It was
fucking
literally
minutes?
30 minutes.
It was $7 to get in?
Yeah. So you're like, is it worth it? But I did get what I wanted. So I posted it on Facebook. I got my Fright Flicks box, which is what started me down the rabbit hole of collecting cards.
Right.
And then they ended up with a Rocky 2 box there. But out of those 20 dealers, 10 of them were fucking just garbage, you know? And then there might have been 5 with actual packs of stuff that I wanted. And then there was 5 of just like randomness, like comics, pennants, just anything old, like flea market type booth.
If it's old, it's worth something.
Yeah. Oh my God, these people's comics.
Terrible.
It was like they rang them out, like they use them for fucking dishcloths or something, and just wrung them out. They're so beat the fuck.
And what was the pricing on them?
Oh, like they were 9.8s. It's like, that's $1 million book.
Yeah, if it's old, it's worth something, man.
It's like, my lord. But I was surprised with the Fright Flicks box. He had it in like case. So I was kind of afraid to ask because everything there was really overpriced. But then he said $80 and I could not get my money out fast enough. So I was, here you go, man.
Yeah.
Take it. And the interesting thing I noticed, everybody like saran wraps their boxes, or they use that like crinkly paper that you get like gift baskets wrapped in.
Oh, like a fruit basket.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that plastic. Everybody wraps their boxes in that. So now I feel like I have to. That's the way to preserve it from scuffing, I guess.
Is it like heat shrink, or
No.
is it like I don't want to put heat on it, like just taped?
They just fold it like a present and tape it.
And it's clear or colored?
Clear.
I don't know why you do color. It's stupid,
Yeah,
but I
you wouldn't
mean,
see it,
like,
but-
like you know, like you get like gift baskets, with, like the red cellophane thing. I'm seeing that. Like
Put a
picturing
bow
that.
on top.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, it was kind of what I expected, though, honestly. I was
Well,
like,
it is the Lehigh Valley.
yeah, how many cards am I really going to... But I was expecting that one dealer to just have 100 boxes of old shit, blowing them out, like the junk stuff for $10, $20 a box.
No.
There was not a single guy like that. And the old videos that they had online did show those type of people. I was like, oh, I'll get some Turtles boxes, rip them with the kid or whatever. Just like maybe some old like junkier Star Wars, just rip them.
Yeah.
Nothing.
See, I think a show needs to have that. You know, like every comic show needs to have the 50-cent guy.
Yeah.
A record show needs to have the dollar records, you know, that are still in decent shape for you want to buy. A card show should have those kind of boxes.
Lots of Star Wars cards, therefore. I think every dealer had the sets. They were like 15, 20, 25 bucks. Depends what set you're after,
Yeah.
but I think I'll go back next year, honestly, with the off chance of, hey, if you get one box, it's honestly worth it. I didn't pay shipping. I got them right away. I could see what I'm buying. I can see the condition. So,
And you actually went out in public.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of a waste. Like, it's a half hour, but hey, you got what you wanted. So, is it a waste? I guess not.
Half hour driving, half hour there.
It was on my way back from Tales Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, well, all worked in then.
I guess we can talk Free Comic Book Day right away.
Free comic book day.
You get anything good?
It was May the 4th, too. I got my Flash #1 finally for a quarter. Thank you, my local comic shop, for having that. And I also pretty much picked up the first 30 issues of Volume 2. So I was like, I have them, but for a quarter, that's the deal he had. He had 75% off his dollar books. For a quarter, now I can read them, and if something happens, I don't give a shit. And I'll pick and choose whatever the best condition is to keep. But got that. Some filler shit. Really wasn't too much. Got all the free comic books that I needed. So
Yeah, I got all the free books. Most of the shops were sold out rather quick. I don't think anyone really stocked up heavily on it. I went to 5 different stores. So between the 5, they were pretty much all gone right away. I got what I wanted, though.
I think at our local shop, they had like 3 or 4 that were sold out. I don't know which ones sold out. No, given out totally. I don't know which ones they were. They had a big blank piece of paper over it. So I don't even know what the fuck they were. But they had the Avengers. They had the Star Wars. They had, you know, everything else that I wanted, really. I don't even know it wasn't there.
I didn't get too much good. I went to Tales of Adventure. I did pull a Johnny the Homicidal Maniac #2. Very low print runs on Oni Press. So that's like an $80 book. And then I pulled some Immortal Hulks, brand new. They're all $20 a piece. But what I noticed, and I mentioned it before on the podcast, is these new boxes. They had about 100 boxes out. It's 90% new shit from the last year. It's all Rebirth, the new Marvel. Even
Like, what's going on with that?
I just don't understand. And I'm like, Immortal Hulk, I just read yesterday, it is now outselling Batman for this month.
That's ridiculous.
So since the first time since 2008, Marvel has gotten 50% of the total comic industry, which is ridiculous.
It is a lot.
DC's at 25%, and you take every other independent, adds up to the other 25%.
Right.
Image is 8. That's the most. But to say Immortal Hulk is outselling Batman, the books are worth $20, and I'm still finding them in a dollar bin as a leftover book. Why and how?
Yeah, how are people selling this for $20? This can't be the only shop in America that has a shit ton of these. That tells me, I don't know, a higher print run. That's what I'm thinking, and you can't sell it.
The print runs are like, they're lower though, but the sales just aren't there. So I did a little bit of research. Since 2015, comic sales are down 12 million copies.
Since what year?
2015.
15. Okay.
Since 1997, which is kind of like the last boom of comics before this one, comic sales are down 23 million copies since 97.
Okay.
So right now they're selling about 77 million comics a year. and they're down 23 million. And from last year, they're down, I think it was 5.6% so far this year.
So you're on a downward trend.
So comics are not selling. And I mean, I'm witnessing it because we go into these stores, we go to shows. It's the new shit in the bins, even if they're worth money.
Yeah.
No one's picking the shit up off the shelf.
Nobody's picking it up, yet people are selling them for $20 a pop. Who's buying this for $20 a pop when you can find it in dollar bins?
The same people that I'm selling all my stuff to on eBay, man.
Is it the lazy collector?
Yeah, probably.
Is it again like
They see it's hot, gotta have it.
Yeah, it's in the movie. I gotta have it.
I don't even know what they're specking on Immortal Hulk for. He's not in a movie. There's nothing special in the comic.
Yeah, but is it still
it's just Bruce Banner?
Is it just Hulk? There's a movie. Hulk was in it. I don't care what Hulk it is. It could be a purple Hulk. I gotta have it.
No, because none of his other shit's doing anything.
I don't know, dude. I can't
I
explain.
mean,
that.
it is well written, I guess, but it's nothing special as far as storylines or first appearances or anything.
But overall, we're seeing this decline, right? Since '97, and it hasn't really come back to where it was. And we all know the '90s was just huge. You know, everything was, you could hand them out on the street corner, right?
Yeah, they were selling millions of copies of a single book.
Yeah. Now, here, lower print runs, and we're finding them in dollar bins.
It's crazy.
It's not the same. I don't know. I don't get it.
So I would say movie sales are driving comic sales, and the fact that Marvel's so popular and they have 50% of the market. So I do think people are seeing the movie, and if they do happen to buy comics, they're going to buy Marvel.
Yeah.
But I don't think most people are seeing the movies and actually go buy a comic, which is clearly evident. Nobody's buying them. But it just so happens if you do, you're probably going to buy the Marvel character you just saw on screen.
Right. I'll agree with that.
But I don't know, maybe in a few years, because a lot of those early 2000s books, when it dipped before, are worth a lot of money, especially second, third prints. We might be seeing the same thing in a couple years. Sales keep going lower and lower, runs get lower and lower, prices go higher and higher.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
Time will tell, man.
Keeping with the collector shit, Star Wars retro figures are out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Some of us got them a little early.
Some of us fucked up and didn't get it.
Check the YouTube. I did a review finally. It was like the first figures I bought that weren't pop related in months. And there's no fun doing reviews of pops. They're all the fucking same. Here's a pop. Look at it. Cool. Right?
The same eyes.
It's like, what can I review?
Yeah, it's the same size.
So I'm back on that train.
They are cool, though. The retro figures, man. I like them.
Target's really, I don't know what they're doing. I think we have this discussion like once a month.
Yeah.
It's either
It's
Hasbro or
not
Target.
here or it's at work or something, man. I don't,
Fuck, man.
It's ridiculous. Both of the Hasbro just fucking. I give up anymore with them. I really do. Trying to understand them, I don't fucking get it. I don't get their marketing schemes. I don't get their business model or lack thereof. Like,
well, this is a self-imposed street date by Target. So they make it May 12th, which why not just make it May 4th?
would have been smarter.
They're doing this shelf reset on May 12th throughout their whole store, so they want merchandise available for that. But again, that's bad business. If you have product in the back, you don't hold it. You turn over money as fast as possible. You sell the shit to get new shit. That's
exactly
how businesses make money. Return on investment.
Yeah.
It's pretty common sense.
And you know if they're doing it with this product, they're doing it with other
tons
products.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Just shit we don't care about. It's like, oh, we can't put those pillows out right now. Why?
We need to interview Target people
I don't get
and
it.
find out how much shit is in the back of that store.
So they've had this stuff for like a month, just waiting for it to be released. So if you gave them the DPCI number, which again, you can check out the YouTube video if you need it. I tell you on there, you were able, well, at least I was able to call up. They got them out of the back for me and I was able to scan them. They do have a street lock date, but you can just scan the fucking regular vintage figures. Go to self-checkout, you get them. So of course, inventory is all fucked up at all these stores.
Oh, yeah.
I tried the first closest store. They said they had 12. They looked all over, and then they finally got a manager. He's like, oh, yeah, we sold those. Like, they're not there. Each store
Amazing.
only got 2 cases. So it's 12 figures total. There's 6 in the set. That basically means 2 collectors are going to get these figures. That is it.
Or one.
Yeah, because you'll probably buy an extra set to scalp.
Because right now, knowing that you can't get them, if I was that first dude, I'd be like, right here. I go out in the parking lot and fucking sell them for twice as much.
And hey, you put them up on eBay within 30 days, they don't sell on the off chance. Take them back with your receipt. Get your money back.
Yeah, good point. But I don't understand. This is something that Star Wars fans have wanted for years. I mean, forever. You want to do something cool? Give us retro figures like this. And you get 2 boxes in a fucking store, 2 sets. Like, everybody wants these. And they're not rehashed, you know? They're not the same figure for a new movie. It's what we wanted. We asked for this.
It's one of the most popular things they've done in a long time.
Yeah, and you get nothing for people. Nothing for us to buy. I blame Target. I blame Hasbro. And if Target did not do their research in knowing that people want these, shame on you, man. You need to hire somebody like me to be like, yeah, this is what the fucking people want.
And then they are getting a Han Solo Stormtrooper exclusive as well tomorrow. 6 per store. So at least that's 6 customers. I doubt. Again, someone could buy all 6, but at least 6 customers.
In theory.
And then they're getting a 6-inch Luke Skywalker exclusive. 1 per store.
How does this help you at all? Like,
people are going to be fighting over the shit in the aisle.
This is... I'm speechless.
This is why you need to keep working out, so you can beat people to the aisle when you're at the store. You just sprint, grab your figure, and be like, "Ha-ha, motherfucker!"
Hey, I don't need to work out for the motivation to beat somebody up over Star Wars figures, all right? It just kills me that you don't want to make money. We going back to not wanting to make money. Like, order... I don't know, at least a dozen of these things. You will sell all of them in 1 hour. Tops. This shit is blowing up online. People want these things. Every Star Wars fan site talks about it. Every Star Wars action figure site is talking about it. And we can't even fucking buy them. So
far, I've seen them sell for double. So
yeah.
I think it'll go down a little bit once more are out tomorrow, but... And they're not in the toy aisle, from what I'm told. They're going to be in a Father's Day section. So it's going to be close to the men's clothing area.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So look all over your damn store. Who knows whether it's special end cap, not in toys, from what I'm told. And that's where they'll be.
Unbelievable.
Because who doesn't want that tie with a Star Wars figure?
What else you got?
That's all I had for collectible shit. But there's a lot of trailers that dropped this week.
There were quite a few.
And the biggest trailer, probably of all time, came out this week.
The biggest trailer of all time. I thought that was the Endgame trailer.
No. We're talking Sonic!
You can't go one episode without, like, just embarrassing me, can you?
Come on, man.
Love Sonic the Hedgehog.
Who doesn't?
Great game, man. I love all those games.
Tails, Knuckles, love them all. Greatest trailer ever.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I had like a raging Sonic boner thinking about, like, just watching it.
I fucking spun in a circle real fast. You know how when you could stay in place? You know,
I gotta say, love the teeth on them. Love the hairy legs. Like, it's just...
So there's like a phobia of animals with human teeth, apparently. And people are like freaked out over Sonic. I never heard of such a phobia.
Yeah, I did see that.
It does look super bizarre.
It does. Imagine being next to that person who's watching that trailer and they just freak the fuck out. Oh, it's got the teeth. Like, what? I don't know what happens to those people with the phobia. I don't know. Worst trailer ever, dude.
Who would make this movie? How are you... I would kill myself after this came out. Like, if I was working on this and then I saw the trailer, I'd be like, my fucking career's over. What am I going to do? Jim Carrey? Really? Like, this is your return. I can't stand him. He acts like a fucking idiot.
I don't like him either. He's a moron.
And him as Dr. Robotnik acting like an idiot. It just, oh my God.
It's like a college movie project.
If
that's the way I look at it.
But like a failing grade.
Yeah.
So apparently the guy who did Pokemon, he was originally signed to Sonic.
Okay.
And then he left Sonic to go do Pokemon. He actually came out and said, he goes, I don't care who I offend by this. I cannot keep my lips tied. This movie is god awful looking. He's like, we're able to do a real movie in Pokemon, and just based on how it looks, my movie's 100% better. I would be embarrassed to do Sonic. These people never talk bad about each other ever because they don't know who they're going to work with next. And he just came out and blatantly ripped it. Rightfully so. But
Oh yeah, it's not even a movie I would even entertain going to the theater for at all.
No.
I mean, if it was decently done, maybe be like, all right, I'll check it out when it comes out on, disc or something. Oh my god, I can't even do that, man.
I just think it's hilarious that it's probably going to be the worst movie of all time. It'll beat Shazam.
Oh my god, it can't. Fantastic Four might beat this.
No, this will beat Fantastic Four.
You love Fantastic Four.
I
then.
do. Sonic is going down as the worst movie ever.
It's terrible.
Apparently, they are redoing the look of Sonic.
Yeah. But
Why and how? They're not going to have any money for the budget. This movie is not going to make money no matter what you do. And you're going to sink all this money into it, and you're just going to lose more and more.
What studio's putting it out? Do you know?
I don't even know.
Because whatever studio is, you're done. You're over. I don't care. You could be a Disney studio. You're done. You can't.
Every studio makes those movies that they write off at the end of the year. Maybe
one
this
of
is that.
All right.
Like maybe they intentionally did it.
I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. What else we got? There were a couple other cool trailers that did come out. So,
The actual, I don't even know if it's a good trailer, but awesome movie. It Chapter 2.
yeah.
I thought the trailer, as far as trailers, was really bad, but yet what was shown was really good. Does that make sense?
Kind of, because I honestly thought I was watching the movie.
The footage itself is really well done. It's an actual scene of the movie. It's like 2 minutes, and then you get 30 seconds of just like rapid fire montage. And it's the same footage that was shown at CinemaCon, so it's nothing new. Very well done. Like, I want to see that clip, but that's not what a trailer is.
Now, like I said, I felt like I was watching the movie. I'm like, when's it going to change? Like, couldn't you have taken out something in that scene just to... I didn't need all that mumbo jumbo in there either. You know what I'm saying? Like, not for a trailer.
No, not for a trailer.
That's a scene in the movie that it's taking out of context.
But now when I watch it in the movie, I'm going to be bored for another 2 minutes because I'm like, I've seen this during the trailer 20 times because I know every movie I go to, it's going to play.
Yep.
So when I get there, tune out for 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I thought, like you said, I thought I was watching the wrong trailer. I'm like, oh, this is the CinemaCon footage. And then I looked and I'm like, no, it's from its like official Instagram account. Like, this is the right thing.
You look, released 8 hours ago. Like, what?
Good footage, bad trailer.
Yeah. I'm sorry, didn't say to me, like, and even what they showed afterwards didn't make up for that first 2 minutes of crap that I had to sit through. And not crap in a bad way. It was just like,
I mean, it's super creepy. Old ladies, actually Pennywise, all that. I loved when her like swimming in the blood and stuff, at the last seconds, but they could have did a lot more.
Yeah. It's not what a trailer is supposed to do.
No.
You should have said, here's a clip from the movie. Thank you. I don't know. Not a trailer, dude. That's not a trailer.
Yeah, it didn't really set up anything. Like, we barely see the Losers Club in it. James McAvoy's on for half a second.
Yeah, and I'm kind of thinking like you said, no setup, none of this. It just like mashed everything up at the end. Like, oh, the Losers Club is back together, and all right, great, they're going back. Okay, doesn't set shit up. Doesn't make me want to go see the movie. I mean, I do really want to see it, but that trailer does not make anyone want to go see the movie. That's what a trailer should do, right?
Yeah, it was just, there's not really excitement to it. It's a scene of the movie.
Exactly.
I've never seen that done before. And I think it failed. He tried something new, but it failed.
That's something you show at a con and say,
yeah,
here.
CinemaCon, it made perfect sense.
Yes.
They show clips of movies.
Right.
A lot of times they show the first 15 minutes of a movie if it's coming out soon. Made sense. This, no. Moving on. We got more horror shit. The Lodge.
Yeah.
I think this looked pretty good, man.
Interesting. Was it a Hammer film? Did I see that correctly?
That I don't know. It could be. Comes out this fall.
Yeah. Interesting concept. I'm not sure if it's a ghost story or
I believe it is.
I think it is. To set up is I guess it's like a guy and his girlfriend and his 2 kids, and she's going to spend some time alone in the house in the middle of nowhere.
Try to win the kids over. She's just
Right.
new mama.
Right. So she's going to spend a couple days with the kids. In the middle of winter, there's a pond, it's snowing, and he's got to go somewhere. I can handle it. But she was a survivor of a suicide cult.
Yeah, it looks some kind of religion thing that's coming back to haunt her, I guess.
And now, did this happen in that house? Whose house is it? His house or her house? That I didn't get.
I think it's his house.
Okay.
And I think maybe these demons are just following her wherever she's going.
Because I think it would have made more sense if it was her house. And maybe the house where all this shit happened at.
Maybe.
And it's coming back. So, there's like this preacher guy, and you see a back scene of that. Then you hear him repent again and all this other crap. So seems like it's some kind of haunting possession kind of movie. It's a little bit different,
I like the trailer because I don't know 100% what I'm getting. So it does entice me to be like, I need to see this just to see exactly what it is. But I like that it had a really dark, depressing mood to it. The kids clearly hate her at first.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have that somber of like, man, we can't stand this bitch. And then you throw in all the supernatural elements on top of it. I think it's going to be a pretty dark movie.
Yeah, the kids, I think, add... I think it's a classic story maybe of, she's trying to win the kids over. It seems like their mother's passed away. She comes out with a hat on. She goes, and the kids are like, that's our mother's hat. Take it off.
Yeah, you fucking whore.
Yeah, you can't replace my mama. But, so you get that. I'm kind of thinking like they come together as a family at the end to defeat everything. But if they don't, and they give us like that dark ending.
Or maybe the kids are part of the cult.
Yeah, maybe the dad is actually the son of the preacher.
That would be the good
that
twist.
Committed suicide, and she didn't. And now, oh yeah. Oh.
I'm just happy that Alicia Silverstone's back, man. When's the last time she's been in something?
Who?
As if.
I thought she was off saving animals around the world or something.
I have no idea.
She's like a PETA person, right?
And then the boy in it is from the first It movie. So it's got a good cast.
Yeah.
So
I wasn't expecting something like that. And it comes out in the fall?
The fall, yeah. They didn't give an exact date from what I saw. It just says fall. So
wouldn't you want that more in the winter?
You would think. But fall is a good time for horror. So, hey, it could still be like November-ish.
I guess.
October, you're like going off the Halloween leftover crowd, still into the supernatural shit. And Star Wars is December, so do you really want to compete?
No.
Probably not. Another horror trailer, a little more ridiculous, was The Crawl, which comes out July 12th. It's a creature feature.
I don't get the title.
No, I don't either.
Is it
crocodiles, alligators, whatever.
Is it because of the crawl space?
I don't consider them crawling.
But I was wondering if it was the crawl space. They're in a crawl space in the house. Was that it? But why don't you call
they're
it the movie
in a whole
Crawl
basement.
Space?
They're in a.
It didn't seem like a full. It was a weird basement, dude.
Well, it's flooding out, so
it's Florida. They don't really have basements anyway. For that reason.
I don't know. Like, it looked so hokey, but it kind of looked fun at the same time. The only reason I'm giving it a chance is because it's Alexander Aja, who's just fucking awesome. I mean, you got P2, Hills Have Eyes, High Tension, Piranha 3D. He's never failed before. So I'm going to give it a chance just because of him. If he was not involved, fuck this movie.
Is this one with Sam Raimi's involved too?
I think so,
Is he a producer or something?
Which means he just gave his name for rights or usage.
It's an interesting thing. Like, at least it's not Lake Placid, but I don't know, man. It's almost like it's not really horror. I don't know.
I mean, I think Alexander Aja will do some crazy deaths with it. I think we'll see a lot of blood in it. But creature features go wrong so often.
Well,
I
they're
don't
kind
know.
of making it out like, so this hurricane comes in, right? And they're like, everybody's got to evacuate. And this girl can't find her dad's not evacuating or something. She goes to the house to see him. He's already injured, I guess, from something. And the alligator shows up. And it's not just one. They show eggs that hatched. So it's a huge fucking alligator. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like it's a mutated alligator or anything. It's just like, oh, we're trapped in a house and it's a flood and alligators are here. But they're like the most vicious fucking alligators ever.
Well, you're fucking with their eggs.
Okay. Mama alligator's pretty pissed.
It's like Piranha. I mean, that's a really good movie. It's really like slapstick gore, but it's fucking so good.
The original one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3 Double D's comical, but I wouldn't call it.
No, I'm talking the one from the 70s.
Oh, no, the new one's so much better.
Oh.
Ving Rhames. Oh.
Oh, I do like it. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the original too. The
I do-
original.
I like the original as well.
Classic. That's one of the few like movies that like
Roger Corman movie, man.
yeah, like I watched that. I think I must have been 5 or something, 4 and it was like, "Oh yeah, go watch the Piranha movie." It's like, "Okay."
Do you remember Piranha 2, The Spawning?
Vaguely. That was the flying fish, right? They flew.
Do you know who the director was?
Cameron.
Yeah. Jim Cameron's first movie. He did Piranha 2, Titanic, Avatar. That's how his credentials go. Oh, man.
Wow.
Who would have thought he'd ever have a job after that? So maybe there's hope for the Sonic people. You never know.
There also weren't as many directors back then. Now, like, everybody wants to be a fucking director, so.
I'm just surprised it's actually going to theaters. It looks like a direct-to-video.
I thought the quality was good. It
just
just
doesn't
seem like it was
Middle of
sci-fi
summer,
movie.
though? I don't know.
Well,
I'll see it. And then the last bit of collector news, which I'm really excited for, is the Collector 3 is coming out. I love the Collector and the Collection. Thought it was fucking awesome series so far.
I did not expect this. You told me the other day, and I was like, what? Did you know about this? No.
Nobody has known about that. Nobody's like said, oh, it's starting production, that there's a script. Nobody's picked up on this.
I love that, though. I love that it's just out of the fucking blue.
Yeah, Josh Stewart just tweeted out a picture of the poster. The only thing that's stupid about it, I hate that they did the Collector with the 3 as the E. It's just like, I hate when they do the fucking numerical things. Ugh. It's like Fast and Furious shit, you know?
Sorry.
But it's an awesome series so far.
Yeah.
I'm excited. They did not give a release date for that, though. So,
Well, hopefully it actually happens.
oh, it's happening. They got the poster, everything. It's done.
Because all movies that have a poster get finished, right?
Josh Stewart announced it, man. I think it's done already. I would not be surprised to see this in the next like 2 months.
That'd be crazy.
It'll go direct to video because the Collection did as well, but very well done movie.
Yeah, I like them.
So then we got to get to the real trailer. Let's teased it with Sonic, but the real big trailer was Homecoming.
I almost forgot about it.
So what do you think?
I think it opens up more questions, but overall, it's a good trailer. I liked it. I'm a little confused by Mysterio. I like that you don't know for sure 100% if he's a villain or he's a good guy from another fucking timeline. So, I don't know. I like that kind of mystery about it because everybody's still thinking that like he's not actually a good guy, and being an illusionist and a con artist in ways. Is he conning everybody? I don't know.
So I thought the trailer, they give away basically the entire plot in the trailer. So if it plays out the way they explain it, there's no point in watching this movie. So therefore, they're intentionally misleading us to throw us a surprise.
So being that much you hate false advertising and marketing, how do you feel about it?
I'm fine with it. I think just because they know, if you're a comic book person, you know Mysterio's bad. He is an illusionist. So the fact that he says there's a multiverse, there might not even be one. He might just be fucking with them the whole time.
I don't know, man. People are running nuts with this whole timeline shit. And, because they're like, oh, well, now this can open up Fantastic Four to come in. It can open up mutants to come in. And people have already shit on that. People in the Marvel Studios. Like, you don't need a timeline for mutants to happen. It's a mutation. It can happen at any time, which is a good point.
But it makes more sense that they came from a multiverse, because why haven't we seen mutants to this point?
I don't know.
Never had a one. So it's so much more easily explainable.
But they already explained it too. Like these, I forget the writers that were talking about it. And they were like, no, we don't need the multiverse for this. And that wouldn't really make sense for us because they can evolve at any given time. I'm like, okay, I don't know. But now you're saying that. So I don't know. I like the multiverse thing better.
I just think it's an easy way to bring in X-Men. You've got all these Fox properties. Even Deadpool, if you want to stick with him to be like the slapstick fourth wall character, it's because he's from another dimension, another multiverse. You want to bring in Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse into this world? How much of a better way than the multiverse?
Yeah, and what I think just came across today that Endgame writers and directors had no clue that they were going to have this multiverse timeline in Homecoming. They didn't know that part of it, which is kind of weird. And still, in Endgame, is there a multiverse or is there not?
I'm so confused because...
And if there is, you just fucked the story in Endgame. I'm sorry, you fucked it.
Russo brothers said that there clearly is alternate timelines, dimensions, whatever.
But they had to say that after the movie was released. I mean, obviously for spoilers, whatever. But people are leaving the theater knowing there's no alternate timeline.
But I rewatched the movie, and they specifically say 3 different times in it, nothing you do in the past affects the future. They say it in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm not supposed to believe or know what I just watched and heard. I'm supposed to just take it from the Russo brothers. Why? I know they're directors. What better word can you get? But I'm supposed to just disregard everything I saw on screen.
Exactly, which is why it shits on the movie.
Makes no sense. I'm so confused.
Does that alter what people can think about Endgame after the fact? Yeah, it was a really good movie, but fuck, the plot is fucked now.
It doesn't change anything for me because I'm just not taking the Russo's word for it. I'm taking with what I saw. Until I see something that happens in one of the other movies down the line, that may change my perception. But
isn't that almost like a George Lucas thing? This happened in the movie, but really I meant this.
He does do that.
And people shit on him for that. Why can't they shit on this for that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they can shit on the Russos. And
it's the same exact thing.
But no one shits on Star Wars itself. They just shit on George Lucas.
Okay, point taken. Shit on the Russos, shit on George Lucas.
I think it's just the fact they try to make themselves look like more geniuses than they are. And it's like, we're so intellectual, you can't even understand the movie. It's like, no, just I'm taken with what I saw.
That's a DC attitude. It's too intelligent for you to understand. Isn't that one of my arguments?
Like Lucas, he always thinks he's like the greatest mind in all the world.
He is. He's the maker. Come on.
It's like, dude, you made a fucking movie about dudes with laser swords. Get over it.
And robots.
Yeah, I just think Mysterio is intentionally misleading. I don't know if there's going to be a multiverse. I say no, but I just think it's too easy to bring everybody else into it with the multiverse. So that's where I'm hesitant. I don't know.
So, but doesn't he reference Earth as like what, 616?
616 is the regular Marvel.
And that's the regular Marvel world. And that's referenced in the movie. So why would he even bring that up if it's not real?
That's true. Is it just a shout out though? Homage to comic collectors.
But what if he makes another reference to another timeline that's used? Like say the Miles Morales. I don't know what number that is. Something with a 16 in it too, right?
I don't know.
But whatever. Say that's, 1616. What if he brings that up? It's like, oh, I was over talking to Miles and blah, blah, blah. Why would you bring that into the movie if you're not going to fucking use it? And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's all fake. I made it all up.
Yeah, what is Mysterio? How is he good? What's his end game here? What makes him turn bad then? If he is genuinely a good guy from a multiverse.
Well, that's a good point. What if he comes from an alternate universe? He's really a decent dude, and he needs Spider-Man's help to fight. That's what it seems, right? He needs help. And he's like, we can't have what happened in my timeline happen in yours, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets jaded by something and turns evil. The best villains are kind of like that, right?
That's why we gotta watch it.
And watch
Fucking
it,
Marvel
we shall.
hooked us again. We gotta talk just 1 second about the Avengers box office. So it did get second place all time. It sunk the Titanic.
It did.
So it was the highest ever weekday total, 560 million in that Monday through Thursday total.
Are these domestic
Crazy.
or worldwide?
That was worldwide.
Okay.
So it's over $2 billion. And I don't know what it's going to do this week, but chances are it's probably going to break Avatar's record. If not this week, definitely next week.
It's definitely going to break it. Although what I'm reading, I think I read today, it's not going to catch up with Force Awakens for domestic.
It will pass it, but not in the same amount of time.
I think, yeah, maybe that's what I was
Force
seeing.
Awakens was quicker to do it. I forget what the benchmark was, but they were quicker to do it.
Yeah. If I find the story, I'll post it up on Facebook or Twitter or something. But there was something else. Like, it's going to take them longer to get to, because they almost did 1 billion stateside, I think, which is pretty awesome.
Crazy.
A lot of we did this before. A lot of the Marvel movies are about like, what, 30 to 40% domestic. It's like, all right, closer to 40% domestic. Whereas Star Wars, I think, was pretty much 45, 55, or 50-50. So you're relying a lot on international market.
The reason I wanted to bring up Avengers 2 was we did find out 13 Reasons Why girl
Oh, yeah.
that she was cut.
Catherine Langford.
So was Tony's daughter. Everyone had this big spec. She's Kate Bishop. My Young Avengers books were selling. Thank you for the spec news, but it was not even true. She was Tony's daughter, and they just took it out because it was way too confusing, which I have to agree. I would have been confused.
I like the line when they said, our movie was complicated enough. We did not need this in here. I agree.
But it's like, I watched it. I'm like, where was she? Oh, she had to be cut. Or she was, in that army scene. But I'm like, I didn't see her.
Why did everybody think she was Hawkeye's kid?
Well, it's not Hawkeye's kid.
Okay,
it's
right.
just a new Hawkeye.
How did they do Hawkeye? Sorry, my bad.
She fits the age. She looks the part. Makes sense. She's a big actress. She's a good actress. So to carry forward into other roles would have been cool. To just throw her away as Tony's daughter, one and done, most likely, doesn't really make sense.
Are you just taking her popularity? It's like, oh, here's a popular actress. Let's give her 2 minutes of screen time.
That's why it doesn't make sense to give her 2 minutes. It's like,
No,
let's give her 4 movies, We'll put her in Young Avengers. Mm-hmm. And I saw 13 Reasons Why, I believe, comes back next month. Season 3.
Oh, yay.
So excited.
I can see it in your eyes, man.
Fuck yeah.
Now that you're here in the studio, I can see your expressions.
They're glimmering, aren't they?
Don't use that term again.
And then Guardians 3 also got some big news. So it's confirmed Beta Ray Bill is going to be in Guardians 3. So everyone thought he was going to be in Thor Ragnarok. And he's such a not obscure, but off the wall character, I guess. He's a fucking horse with a hammer. It makes much more sense to put him in a Guardians movie than it does a Thor movie. It's like, I think he's going to fit the cast perfect.
Yeah. And Thor's going to be in the movie too. He'll be in 3. It's all there from the Endgame movie.
And then Stormbreaker is Beta Ray Bill's hammer. They've already introduced that. Somehow he's obviously going to get it. So Thor 337 first appearance. It's already $100 book. Buy it though. It's going to be a $200 book, if not more.
Keeping a little sidetrack on the Guardians link here. I know you're looking forward to the Suicide Squad movie coming out.
I saw this.
So looks like Michael Rooker will be playing King Shark if everything goes well. Which I was like,
I thought it fit perfect, honestly.
I was like, that's kind of interesting. You didn't go with like the Batista type dude,
Hey, Hey, he's
interesting.
trading one fin for another fin, right?
Sure. So maybe they're going to be a little bit more realistic. I put that in quotation marks.
I hope
like
so.
not like if you watch The Flash or you read the books, it's a little ridiculous, honestly, but it's a cool character. We'll see. I think it's a good name for them to have, along with some of the other names that they're getting. So,
And then for Guardians 3, they also said Quasar is going to be in the movie. So another popular Marvel character. He's got his own solo title for a little while. But the books they get, I think the best one's Hulk 234. It's the first appearance as Quasar. It's probably like a $30, $40 book. And then Captain America 217, I think to a lesser extent, it is the same character, but he's introduced as Marvel Boy. He's not Quasar yet. So it's the first introduction of the character, but not as we really care about him.
Marvel Boy.
Yes. So Hulk 234, man. I have a couple copies. You can still find them for like $5 or $10. Definitely buy in at that rate. You'll sell them for 50, 60, no problem.
Good specs, man.
All right, so that's all I had for news. You got anything else, man?
No, there were some things that came out this week, but if you're a real fan, you've probably seen them already. You don't need me to, discuss it because it's awesome. But no. But hey, if you want to get in touch with us, our Gmail is dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com. Check out the Facebook page. Always putting stuff up there every couple days. Try not to inundate you with too much stuff, but sometimes we do hammer you. Sometimes there's full days of stuff.
Spam them.
Yeah, free comic book day, bang. Also, I started an Instagram page for us, and that launched May 4th, and just Dysfunctional Nerdcast. And whatever quirky things that I find, I'll take a picture. Never know. It'll be dysfunctionally related to something, toys, comics, something weird, whatever. I'll put it up.
Dick pics. No?
No.
Yeah.
No. That gets you banned from that.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. But the other way to check us out is on the Twitterverse. Mr. Aaron.
@DNerdcast.
That's right. So
check out the YouTube, like I said, under also Dysfunctional Nerdcast. And please check my eBay auctions. Classic Aaron 27. Hit me up. If you send us an email or 5-star, I'll take 10% off your next order. Sales have been going really good, but it's another way to drum up business. Hey.
Nice.
Hit me up.
All right. So what we got going on for part 2 here?
Part 2, we got a little bit of a news segment. It's just a little fun we can have to talk news, but also make it a little bit more fun. So,
Shall we play a game?
welcome to the first ever game of Would You Rather on Dysfunctional Nerdcast. Either that or we're playing an extra level of Sonic and Tails. I'm not sure. So, I think everybody knows how this works, right?
Do we have rules? Is there
No,
any
it's
rules I
just-
need to know of?
It's all nerd related. It's not like would you rather fart glitter or burp glitter, it's like
No, is there a time limit? Is there, are there points being given? Can we give points or
No.
like what?
we
Just a
know
general
I'll win,
discussion.
you lose, that's the
Yeah.
gist.
Fuck off.
There's no winning or losing, it's just would you rather.
All right. Would you rather? That's all right.
So, would you rather buy a vintage item, hard to get, not quite as cool, but it's got the vintage nostalgia? Or would you rather buy a brand new item, bigger, bolder, more exciting? Would you rather?
Vintage or brand new? Is that the basic gist of it?
More or less, yeah.
Vintage, like good condition? What condition we talking
Brand
about?
new.
Brand new vintage versus brand new current.
Both items, same price, or maybe even below for the vintage.
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 Final answer.
You're going to lock it in?
Locked in.
I got to agree, man. Vintage all the way.
How can you go brand new with the same, like, price? Like, why would you want something new?
I think nostalgia wins out all the time, right?
It does. It really does.
The reason I'm bringing this up is Snake Mountain was announced from Reaction. The thing is gigantic, but it costs $600.
I know something else gigantic.
Oh, and it's also a snake. But $600, and then it's another $150 to ship it. And if you want that payment plan, they'll only charge you an extra 5%. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's bullshit.
I was excited for it. I'm a big He-Man guy, but $750.
So you're talking vintage, new in box sealed for the same price as that? Fuck yeah, vintage all the way.
Right?
Yeah.
I can get like a little bit of a beat up box for like $300-$400. I could buy fucking Gem Mint for probably $750. And like, yeah, the new one's cooler because it just looks better. But I'm not nostalgic over it. The only reason I even want the new one is because of the old one. So buy the old one.
That's like remaking the movie, and the remake is terrible. It's just a remake, nothing new added.
Perfect analogy. I like it.
All right.
So, all right.
Question number 2.
I'll keep this with the figures for you.
Okay.
Would you rather buy a whole brand new Star Wars line or a single vintage figure? You can only buy one.
So a brand new line that Hasbro just put out. Say like for episode 9.
Exactly.
Buy that whole line. Like, are you talking ships and
Just the regular
just the
figure
regular
assortment.
figures,
So, like,
so-
instead of buying, like, the 10 figures that come out on release day, characters you're never going to have, or do you just spend the $100 and just buy one vintage figure?
one fucking vintage figure?
But you say this, but we never do it.
But if it came down to like the
Either
situation, then yeah, I'm buying the vintage. Because you like at that moment, right? It has to be at that moment. That's it. That's the deal. Vintage Ewok whole line of a movie that might not be that good.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. But what if Emperor is the greatest thing ever and you can never have an episode 9 Emperor?
Well, here's my thinking on that. It's just at that moment in time. So eventually I will get the episode 9 on
No, this
clearance.
is for all of eternity.
For all of eternity?
You can, hey, yeah, because then it's too easy. Because then it's, of course, we're all going to take all of it. I'll buy both Snake Mountains eventually.
Well, no, because I would just say, well, I would wait for a longer time. But no, I still go vintage. That's my nostalgia.
I agree in principle, but like I said, I never do that. So I think I would just go new. I would see it on the shelf and be like, I need it. It's in front of my face rather than seeking it on eBay, waiting for it to deliver. I don't know. The vintage is obviously cooler.
Oh, it's 1,000 times cooler. But so like, it's there in the hand, and it's there of the vintage collect pieces in my hand, and the whole line is in my other hand. Which one am I going to drop on the floor?
Oh, yeah, the new shit. Yeah.
New shit's done.
Yeah.
And that's basically the question you asked, right? Yeah. New shit, gone, done.
All right.
Number 3.
Would you rather buy an awesome comic book that's like Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper Age, whatever, very expensive key book, or buy like 5 or 6 modern books that have a lot of spec play involved with them? The vintage versus new is kind of a scenario here, but you got the old played out book, probably over and done with, versus the new 5 or 6 books that could be in the next huge movie, become the next greatest character ever. What do you do?
Well, considering people spec'd on a character that wasn't even in the movie Endgame. And this is a key book, right? The single book is a key book of a character that is established and their popularity is not really waning or going anywhere. One's a gamble, like a hardcore gamble. You could probably end up making more.
You could.
On those 4 or 5 books. Or you could have the surefire deal that you could sell one day and then get that vintage book back and maybe 2 or 3 of those other ones.
And you got to know, vintage is probably going to be in a lesser grade. Newer shit's going to be like pretty perfect.
But as time goes on, the vintage is, you will find less and less of them over time. So even though it's in a lower grade, it's still worth a lot because you're not going. There might be only 20 of them, but there could be 100 of these perfect grade ones. Rarity does play a factor. Just because something is rare, it doesn't have to be in the greatest condition. Roman swords fall apart. They're rare. They're priceless, though. For museums and shit, they're fucking priceless. I'm sticking with the vintage. Final answer. What do you say?
I'm going vintage. I bring this up because this week I finally got one of my all-time grails comic book wise. Should have it Tuesday, so I'll post it on Facebook. Should I reveal the book now or wait for the Facebook page?
Wait for the Facebook page, please.
I will say it's a very important book. I'll say it's Avengers related because I got suckered in with the emotion of the movie. I had to have this book. It is a CGC 4.0. But basically I'm selling new spec books, Stars and Stripes. I sold the Young Avengers. The all new Ghost Riders coming out. So I got maybe like 5 or 6 books that I sold that were going for like 50, 60 a piece. I put all that money into this book. I'm playing, I want the old classic thing. That's what got me into comics anyway. I think it's much cooler. I can find all these books. For me, it made it easy because they were dollar books. So technically I paid like $10 for this fucking CGC 4.0. But yeah, I'm going old every time, man.
You're maturing, and as you grow older, I'm impressed with you, young bucko.
But usually I'm like, I like the newer stuff for most things. Movies, music.
You're maturing. Excuse me. That was a phone, people, okay?
I'm sure it was.
Anyway.
So yeah, I'll post it. I guess
just post it.
Oh wait, it's just supposed to be here.
Surprises.
It's supposed to be here Tuesday. I'm
Sweet.
excited. I've been waiting all fucking week for this thing, man.
It's kind of going to be cool. I know what it is, and I do want to come over and see it. Like, I've never seen a book like this, like, that someone has.
It's not that good.
No, but it still is cool. It's something that you're proud of, right?
I got an Action 1, people. It's coming.
Yeah. Anyway, it's something cool. It's still a cool-ass book, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's why I did it.
Most people that I know don't have cool-ass books like that. So, do you have a number 4?
Let's do number 4. This one's actually yours. So, would you rather buy just a cover of a classic book, but for the same price, you could get the entire story interior cover detached, no cover at all? So, do you buy the cover or do you buy the interior of the book for the same price? We're talking like mega books here, like $2,000-$3,000 a book. You know what I mean?
Okay. Are they CGC graded?
Let's say they are. Sure, why not?
They're
Same grade.
slabbed.
They're like, yeah, you're going to get a
slabbed.
no grade on it, but
Something you would never open.
yeah, they're protected anyway. Either way.
Well, I'm going to have to say the cover.
Your final answer.
Cover. Final answer. Because it's slabbed. And you're looking at the front cover, you're looking at the back cover. It's cool as shit. Whatever it is, action number 1, Your Amazing Fantasy, whatever it is, it's a cool ass book. You can only have one. You're never going to take it out of the slab. That's what I'm going to hold in my hand and look at. What good is a fucking story I can't even read?
I'm going story, I think. I mean, both would be fucking awesome, obviously.
Sure.
But you could always crack open a slab and read it and just regrade it. But there's always the reprint to read anyway. But to me, it's like, yes, the cover is iconic, but the cover wouldn't be fucking shit without the story inside it. And the fact that you're getting like whatever it is, 15 to 20 pages of material, I'm going more bang for the buck instead of just like one cover. So I'm going story, I think, man. And this kind of came up because I was like, Amazing Fantasy, obviously it's so out of touch, for what I could ever afford. But I'm like, I could probably own a single page of it.
Would you buy a page? And what does a page go for?
A couple thousand.
Would you spend $2,000 on one fucking page? How do you justify that?
By selling enough dollar books that it only costs you like $100.
How do you justify spending, the money you made off a book for one page when you could have bought something else?
Because it's like one of the most iconic things ever. And just to own any type of piece of it, I think is pretty amazing. And the fact I can never own the real book, never gonna happen.
I think when you just said just to own one piece of it is amazing. It's a book that means a lot to you. It's a character that means a lot to you, right?
But I think any of those, like if you're talking a Fantastic Four 1, Action 1, Detective 27, like they mean something to everybody if you're into this shit.
I mean, I could do without any Marvel. I would obviously take a DC, an Action or Detective over anything. But I mean, I think Action number 1 is just the most iconic comic. I'm sorry. Like, it's just...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's what started it all, man.
Yeah.
But that's even more out of reality.
What does a page of that go for?
You'd have to get the page with, like, an ad on the back, and Superman's not on it at all. It's just like...
There's a coffee stain on it.
Yeah.
No, but I think when it means a lot to you as a collector, you have a personal investment in it, then it means a lot more just to even have a part of it. If I got to have one page of this original, like typewritten script that George Lucas did for A New Hope, I don't know what I would pay for that. I would pay a lot for that just to have one fucking page from that script. That's how much that movie means to me. That book, not everybody's going to want just that single page. Fuck that. I want the whole story,
They do sell rather well, though. And I've seen a lot of comics that are, not in those type of ranges, but in the thousands of range. And you can buy a detached cover or you just buy the whole book, for maybe like $50. I've never done it, but it's like, well, should I? I don't know.
Hey, you
They're
sell
a tough
enough
sell.
shit, man. Why not?
But we got one last one for you.
Okay. What's this, number 5?
This is number 5.
Number 5.
Would you rather
Yes.
be able to watch a brand new Star Wars film, but if you do, you can never rewatch A New Hope ever again in your life? Would you rather watch A New Hope as many times as you want and never see the new movie, or watch the new movie and never get to watch A New Hope again?
My head is going to explode.
This is like your worst possible outcome scenario.
Oh my God, it is. I hate you for asking me this question, first off. See, because this is hard. I've seen A New Hope well over, I don't know. I lost track in 250 times before I was even 15. So I have seen the movie, I don't know, 500 times or something. Like, I really have. Do I need to see it again? And I'll never be able to see another Star Wars movie ever?
Ever. Gotta think A New Hope's what started it all. It's the reason of your fandom.
It is the reason, it's the sole purpose of my collecting. It is why I procreated and had a kid to pass this on. Wow. But I have seen it so many times. I watch it every day in my head almost. Really, there's not many days that go by that I don't.
You know every line.
Yeah, pretty much. Damn, this music in the background is fucking me up.
Fucking Regis, get him out of here.
Well, we never did think that there would be another movie, and we were happy with what we had. And you don't know what you got till it's gone.
But on the other hand, something new and better could come along. It's possible.
It is.
It's unlikely, but it's possible. And even if it's not better, it could still be very fucking good. And the fact that you've seen Star Wars, at least you can still see the new one. So you have both of them as like part of your recollection.
That is. Oh my goodness. I gotta cut this music because it's killing me. This is a head exploder.
He's giving away a child right now. Like he's like, do I give away like my firstborn or the secondborn? I don't know.
This is the worst question I've ever been asked.
I think everyone keeps the firstborn, so.
It's a desert island movie, man. If I could only bring one movie to the island, it's that movie. I can't be without it.
So you'll never see Episode 9, Old Republic, none of them.
You know what? I love that if they do the Old Republic and don't, fuck us by not doing it. You know what? It hasn't happened. I'm like, okay, it hasn't happened. I'm okay because it hasn't happened. I can't worry about it, right? We've been talking about it for years. And it's like, all right, whatever.
Just think, you'll never get excited again about anything because it's like, I can't see it, so I don't care.
and I don't have to worry and argue with you if it was good or bad or not.
That's true.
That in and of itself says I should pick A New Hope.
And you don't have to buy the new shit either. So
you don't have to buy anything. Like, I wouldn't even buy it because is that part of the stipulation? You can't buy any future toys.
You're fucking done with it.
You're done.
All right.
Oh wait, no. So wait a minute. I'm done with Star Wars forever, or
Yeah.
only up to the current episode?
No, you can never watch a new Star Wars, any of them.
No, what I'm saying is I can't like any other Star Wars movie. Like, you can only watch one, or what's the stipulation here? I can watch 1 through 8, but I can't watch 9 going forward.
Right? Yeah, I guess if that's the way you want.
Fuck, I'm stuck with The Last Jedi.
All right, we're overthinking it now, but you made the right decision because me personally, I would choose to watch the new ones. I love Star Wars as well, but I've seen it, been there, done that. I just want to see the new shit. I can always remember the old. But the fact that you say you're number one fan, if you would have went the way I went, you would have been the fakest motherfucking fan of all time. And I would just harp you every day for it, you fake fan. So
I just kind of wanted to draw it out because this music makes you want to do what they do on the TV show, like overthink it. Like, I want to phone a friend.
Can we do another one? I have one more that I kind of skipped over. So if we want to listen to music more, we can do it.
Do one more.
All right, that's it.
All right.
This is wrapping it up here.
All right.
Would you rather get an autograph from the main star of the movie or get the entire poster signed by the rest of the cast? So you either have the main star and that's it, or you have the remainder of the cast, the entire cast, but no main star. Would you rather?
Cue the music. Are we talking the main character is hard to get?
Well, you're gonna be able to get all of them because in that scenario, you're gonna get the main guy, or you can't get the main guy and you just get everybody else, the other 10 people in the movie. They're both available at the same convention. You only have money for the main guy or all the schlubs.
So all the schlubs cost as much as the main guy.
Yeah. So let's say Walking Dead related, you can only get Rick, or you can get every other person on the damn show. What would you rather have?
In the Walking Dead scenario, definitely Rick, because there's characters I could give two fucking shits about.
But you could have them all. You'd have Daryl and all the rest. I can't make it Star Wars related because they're all like equal partners. I can't say like...
Yeah, but you're always going to have something incomplete, and you don't have that main character. You don't have a title character. Say it's a movie with a title character in it. You don't have that. If you had a Rocky poster signed with everybody but Rocky, what's the fucking point when you can get Rocky himself?
I totally agree.
So I'm going with the main fucking character.
This is why I brought it up. Sylvester Stallone was announced for Keystone Comic-Con, which hopefully we're attending. I will attend no matter what. Because I got to get Sylvester Stallone. I don't care what he costs. I already got Dolph Lundgren on the poster, but what fucking good is it if you don't have Rocky? Because it's like everybody always... I have tons of cast sign posters. And like I do have Walking Dead minus Rick. And everyone's like, oh, do you have Rick? No. And they're like, oh, well.
Yeah, exactly.
You need the main fucking guy. The rest, it's nice, but again, if I could only have one or the other, I would still take the main guy all day long.
Absolutely. I would rather be incomplete missing the cast than incomplete missing the main character.
100%.
Now, would you're going to get the Rocky 4 poster signed?
Yes. I do have a Rocky 1 poster, though, with...
I was going to say, why wouldn't you get Rocky 1 with just him on it?
Well, I have
That's the movie. That movie, you gotta admit, is 100 times better than 4.
But I don't like it as much. I like 4 much better.
Like, you personally like it. You find it more. But when you look at rating rise and everything else, the first Rocky is it's one of the finest pieces of American cinema.
It is.
Cinema, right there. Nobody says that about Rocky 4.
I do. I'll fucking break you right now. But I have the McFarlane 3D poster. It's already signed by Carl Weathers and Paulie. So I'm like, I would get Sly on that as well.
That's kind of cool.
It depends how much he costs if I get him twice. I'm getting him once no matter what. But if he's like $500, $1,000 on 2 things, that's a little steep.
No comic books for you that day.
No, I'll be really selling. I'll be selling my fucking kidney on eBay. But yeah, so he was announced. I'm excited for it. They're saying they're trying to bring like a hometown really cool Philadelphia feel to it, and they said, which better way can you do than iconic fucking Rocky Balboa?
Yeah, I think that's a great announcement and a great idea for Philly. As much as I'm not a Philly fan, but you know,
the line's gonna be ridiculous.
It is. I'm gonna go just so I could watch you stand in line all day while I'm buying, comic books from one of the 2 or 3 vendors that are there. But no, we did have a good time at that Keystone show last year. It was a really good show. We got press passes last year. I did a good interview with Ray Park there. We had great buys that we had there. The crowd was great. It was a decent show, especially for the first time.
Yeah.
And now the second year you're doing this. Wow. That's huge, man. I hope he doesn't cancel.
No, yeah. I mean, he's going to be the headliner, obviously, so it'd be a blow to the show.
And a blow to Philly. Like, when you go to Philly, it's like Rocky.
I would blow Rocky. If he gives me the chance. Yeah.
Swallow or...
You have to. It'd be like him drinking the fucking eggs in the first movie. Hey, you're in! As he blows a load right in my teeth.
And this is why this show is not child appropriate. But
with that said, give our plugs.
All right. Launch the Instagram so people start following that. be putting shit up on that and just this Dysfunctional Nerdcast on Instagram. Facebook, look us up, Dysfunctional Nerdcast. We give you all the news about our episodes. Try to put YouTube videos up there, links to that, links to everything that we're doing. And dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe on every major podcast directory.
5-star on iTunes.
Yes. Review us anywhere and everywhere you can.
If you have any would you rather questions you'd like us to answer,
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Send
Good
them.
suggestion.
to dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Don't put it up on the Facebook page because we want to keep it a surprise.
That's
but
right.
Email us. You email us, maybe I'll send something out to you. I don't know what. I said that last time. So people are getting stuff in the mail. They don't know what they're getting, but they're getting something. But send us something. And
Fucking Unabomber over here.
nothing like that. There's no white powder, no white powdery substance, nothing like that. Or Aaron, how can they find us on the Twitterverse?
At the Nerdcast.
All right, guess that wraps it up.
So until next time, that's my final answer.
Dude, what are you doing, dude? Oh my god, bro, dude.